Okay, we're back. This hole is a lot different than those other ones. The stuff is up higher and there's a lot more glass in it, and it looks a lot older too. Unfortunately, it's all broken so far, but I hope we're gonna hit some real intact bottles soon. Well, I dug this up. Is that like it's a wagon wheel, isn't it? I don't know. Okay, we finally got, well, most of a bottle. Yeah, it certainly looks old. But wait a minute, it's a machine-made one. It's got to be an early machine-made one from about 1912 though. The ground is so hard here that it's hard to read the dimensions of the hole. So it actually goes at least a foot this way, because this iron rod is going about 12 to 14 inches in there. Well, the tunnel is about 2 feet that way, but I think I have the first bottle. Yeah, still got part of the label. This is a pepper sauce, and it is blown in a mold. And pepper sauces are famous for the Southwest because, well, I don't know why, but they just are. This is an unusual shape. They're usually oblong, oval shape. But to find a round one like that is fairly scarce. I don't think I even have one. Maybe I have one of these in my collection, I don't remember. But that's a pretty nice score. Okay, I just found a large shard of one. It's embossed. Interesting. Okay, Hamburg, Germany, I think it would be. I thought it was embossed Gilka on the front, but this one doesn't seem to have any embossing on the front. So that is some kind of an alcoholic beverage container from 110 years ago. Okay, I found what's left of an insulator. That would have been a pretty good one. I think I recognize it as a $50 plus insulator. And whatever this thing is, it's made of brass or copper. And yet another one of these. But I have another bottle showing up. If you can see it, it's right there. Looks like a whole beer bottle. Okay, it is something else. It is an alcoholic beverage container, but not a beer. Wow, that's kind of nice. Nice color too. Benedictine. Yeah, they made... hey, be quiet back there. They've been making these for many years in many different color variations. But this is a nice one. It's got some metal around it too. I don't know what that is, but that's definitely a nice looking bottle. But this hole is weird because it's like a trash pit. Because it's 3 feet long and 3 feet square, but it's only 2 feet 10 inches deep. Well, that's it for this hole anyway. I'm going to probe some more and see if I can find a second and third one. Well, there's a shard that's really crudely made. You can see it's not quite all the way around. It blends out with this seam. It looks like an 1800s bottle because it's so crudely made. Okay, I got this one half full, so I decided to probe right next to it to see if I could just throw the dirt from one hole into this hole. And sure enough, there is another privy right here. It doesn't feel like a privy except for the fact that I can get the probe in. The ground is so hard that there's no way I could put this probe into the handle unless it was an outhouse pit. So let me catch the dimensions and start this one. Well, the ground is incredibly hard because it hasn't rained at all. I mean, they've had the least amount of rain this year of any year probably in 40 or 50 years. So, gotta jump on the shovel. Okay, I got the first shard open piece of a bottle anyway. Definitely looks at least 110 years old. It's blown in a mold. Well, I looked at the pile and noticed this. It's a Bennington marble, circa 1904. Okay, I found a beer neck. It's blown in a mold. It's very nicely stained. I mean, it's kind of stained that makes it look like it's 250 years old because it's just so patinated out. But let's keep going. Well, this is a sparse hole, but look what I just found. The top on that one is definitely early 1900s, possibly 1890s. Well, this is strange because it's tunneling that way a foot, and this other hole is only about 13 inches that way, so that leads me to believe that this is all one long hole, which would be 8 feet long. That doesn't make sense. Why would they have an 8 foot long outhouse pit? Yeah, and it tunnels a foot that way too, so might have been even a 9 foot long outhouse pit. But let's face it, this is a poor Mexican town. Obviously you can tell that by the fact that there's so few bottles in here, and the few that are in here are not very valuable ones. So I'm still going to continue this town, but then I'm going to go over to Douglas. Okay, got them filled in. I forgot to show you the scrap of copper. It's probably not of any value, but I mean, it may be worth $1 because of the scrap value. But anyway, I just found another hole right over here, and possibly another one over here as well. I'm kind of apprehensive to dig them because they might produce nothing at all, like that last hole, but you gotta keep trying. Even 6 inches deep, it's hard as cement. And here's one of the bottles all cleaned up with a really nice patina on it. I like that metallic stain. Looks pretty cool. Well, I'll see you next week.